Hey, I think we're good. I think we're working now. You see me? Are we good? Can you see me? Yay! Okay, cool. There's a bit of a lag, so it's like 10 seconds behind, so I'm kind of weirded out by it. This is my first time going live, so woohoo! Yay! Sorry, I'm reading your comments here in the chat. Yeah, I'm not sure about the phone. I haven't checked into it personally. I was gonna go grab my phone charger because I'm at 18% on my phone. But we're good. I figured it out on my computer, so now I don't have to play with the phone. Yeah, there's definitely a lag. Hi, Sophie. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm excited that there's people here. I was worried that there weren't going to be any people here. I did a live on Instagram once and I had announced it saying, hey folks, come hang out with me. And then like nobody showed. So it was kind of like, oh, awkward. Okay. So today, have any of you heard of Sydney Grace? It's this indie brand that I've been following closely lately. They've been doing their Christmas in July sale, and today's the last day where you can save 25% off of all of their single eyeshadows, pressed eyeshadows, and I think even some of their creams. And I'm planning to place an order, but at the same time, I need to go through my single shadows before I place that order because I might be getting too many dupes. So I have all of my Z palettes here today. Ugh. So I figured let's have some fun swatching that. There's a lot of random stuff. I haven't even looked at my singles in a while. I have this video idea to do a, what do you call it? The eyeshadow bingo. Yeah. Jen, I was just watching her live stream, the one from this morning. I unfortunately couldn't watch it this morning, so I was watching the replay, and I got through about half of it. But yeah, I love Jen. She's awesome. But yeah, Sydney Grace is something that is a brand I hadn't tried before, and I placed an order a couple days ago, so I have some highlighters and blushes and lip products coming to me soon. And yeah, yep, Clara, it's a lot of Z palettes. I have a lot of single eyeshadows because I love eyeshadows. You should see my makeup drawers. They're a little cluttered, but I won't declutter them. Yeah, it's Friday. Or I'm sorry, I can't remember my days apparently. It is Sunday. Derp. Okay. So before I placed my order with Sydney Grace, because I have this running list of different shadows that I want. Let me see if I can get it pulled up here. I have it in a spreadsheet. And of course, I had to reboot my computer, so I closed it out. Yeah, it's one of my favorites too. Like I'll skip everything else because I like color. So my eyeshadows are my favorite thing in my whole collection. I will never declutter them, even if they're old. Oh, thank you, Sophie. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of people talking about this collection. And it's actually getting a lot of views for me anyway. But yeah, there's not a lot of I Love Lucy stuff out right now. I don't think, and I haven't seen any. I think maybe Hulu has I Love Lucy, or maybe Netflix. I can't remember which streaming service has them on there, but they don't have the full series. Unfortunately, they skip over episodes. I hate when they do that because it's like some of those really great episodes are the ones that they skip. It's like, what's the point of having the show on there if you're not even going to show the whole show? Just my opinion. Okay, I've got my little spreadsheet pulled up. I have a list of all the different eyeshadows that I want to get. A lot of them are just kind of fun colors like purples, browns, greens. Lately, I've really been into green eyeshadows, and I don't know why, because purples look best on me, in my opinion, but I've just been gravitating towards greens, so I have a ton of greens on there. And since they're 25% off, their eyeshadows range anywhere between $5 and $6 a piece, so that makes them quite affordable. I won't ask you, Clara, how you got them. But that's cool that you have all of them. Oh, I hear you on the live stream with let's see. People have come up with some really creative names for him. My brain doesn't want to operate today. I need more coffee. I do have my coffee here. Yeah. Anyway, so let's just kind of get into swatching. I'm also going to pull up the Sydney Grace website because otherwise I won't know what I'm looking at here. Eye products. Yeah, if you go to sydneygrace.com or sydneygraceco.com, that's where I'm heading. And it's kind of neat how they have their, they also have multi-chromes. Sorry, I'm kind of doing the squirrel thing right now. But they have some amazing eyeshadows that I've been wanting to try. Like, I guess they might be sold out of the multi-chromes or something because they're not showing up. Voldemort. Yeah, that's one of the many funny nicknames I've heard for him, for him. Okay, so in January I went to Los Angeles and I went to IMATS, and while I was in Los Angeles, I was there for a few days. I went and visited the. Oh, is Allie here, or is she? Anyway, I'll let you, well, wherever Allie is, hi Allie. I went to the Makeup Designery, which is kind of a makeup school, and they also have a retail storefront where anybody can come in and buy products. And I've been considering doing some makeup classes or makeup courses at MUD, as we call it, Makeup Designery, because I've been a makeup artist for the last 10, 11 years, and I've never formally been trained. A lot of what I've learned is self-taught, or my mom taught me a lot of stuff because she went to beauty school and was a professional hairstylist and beautician, so I learned a lot from her because it's one of their requirements is to take some beauty courses. Anyway, so I have been thinking about taking some professional makeup courses, and Makeup Designery is one of the best programs in the LA area. And as I did a tour of the school and was talking to admissions and all this stuff, and of course I was checking out their products. So I bought one of their, it's like a Z palette, it's a magnetic palette, and it looks like this. And I picked up 9 single eyeshadows. I haven't used these yet, to be honest, and I'm really ashamed to say that because I spent a good amount of money on them. But I didn't put this together in any rhyme or reason, but I kind of was playing with this earlier and kind of arranging it like, how would I actually wear these together if I had to make a palette? It's the most random looking palette because it's a lot of cool tones with like a splash of warm right here. But I figure I can't talk. I will swatch these really quickly because I haven't swatched these in a while. So let's see. Yeah, maybe talking to her boyfriend. Yeah, here's the eyeshadow called Smoked Sapphire. And that's what it looks like on the finger. It's a matte kind of denim blue. Okay, hold on. I have to make sure I'm not out of frame here. Okay, there we go. Everything's backwards on the screen, so I'm looking at things like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? Okay, whoop, this way. There we go. So it doesn't look like it's super pigmented, but it's a matte shade. This is one of those that you have to use like a really dense brush with, and I would never just, you know, use a fluffy brush and apply this all over the eyelid. That's the only thing about swatches, is that it doesn't really tell you the quality of the eyeshadow, it just shows you the coloring. But that one is Smoked Sapphire. It actually looks better on the camera than it does on my arm, which is hilarious. Okay, next one is this warmer shade called Apricot, or Apricot, however you want to say it. I say Apricot. That's it on the finger. Oh, that one's really creamy and soft. It's not going to show up really bright, but that one's a really nice kind of vanilla shade almost. It has that slight peachiness to it, but it's more a vanilla shade to me. But it's really soft and creamy. I don't know why I don't use these more often. I always say that about every eyeshadow palette I own. So I definitely don't need any more of those shades, although it's one of my favorites. As I said, I love greens. Let's see. Oops, sorry. There we go. This one is called Tea Tree, and it's a satin, like a satin deep forest green. That is bold. Okay, that's pretty. Okay, so let me go back to the Sydney Grace website, because I know I have a couple of greens in my shopping list. So I was going to pick up a color called Evergreen. I think this is similar to it, but I kind of just want to buy it, all the greens, regardless of them being tubes. Don't need all those eyeshadows though. Yes, I love this. Yeah, I need to start wearing these. As you can tell, I have a lot of Z palettes. I actually just bought another one because I knew that I'd be ordering some new eyeshadows. Plus, you know, it's just nice to be able to. This one is, like, for example, I have this one here. It's so full, I can't fit anything else in it. And it's got some things in here that probably, I don't know how old some of these are. And then I've got, like, the peaches and more warm tones. Yellows, peaches, oranges. Then I've got this random one which has color pop in it. Let's see. No buy. Yeah, I know. I have a hard time with no buys. I can't commit to them because then there's always something new that's coming out that I really want to try, or it's such a good deal, or it's limited edition, and I know that if I don't buy it now, I'll never be able to get it again. So I don't know. Buyer's issues. Joker green. Here are my blues and kind of teals and greens. One of these eyeshadows broke, so they're all over the place. I'm going to have to go in and, like, clean this up later. This is one of my favorite Z palettes because it's Betty Boop. And then I've got a pink and purples one, which also has some random things. I attempted to depot this one, which was from NYX, but unfortunately it was one of those eyeshadows that was just in the plastic. There is no metal pan, so I have this giant plastic thing. I might just need to scrape it out because I have a bunch of, like, extra metal pans, but it's just so much work, and I hate repressing eyeshadows because even though alcohol evaporates out of them, the texture never is the same. And then I have this other neutral palette. So a lot of MAC, a lot of Makeup Geek. What else do I have? Those are probably the biggest, main ones that I have. I have some Urban Decay. I have some Morphe, not a lot, because when I was at Generation Beauty a few years ago, or was it Fame? One of them. I used to go to I used to go to all these events all the time because I live in Seattle, which is like a three-ish hour flight away from LA. So I used to go at least once a year to LA to go to these trade shows and meet new people and meet with brands. So I ended up on a lot of PR lists because of that. I'm no longer on PR, but I have a video coming up soon where I'm showing everybody, kind of embarrassingly, my skincare hoard, my skincare and like all of the things non-makeup related that are beauty, and why I'm trying not to buy any of those. And this is kind of where I do my project pan, because I refuse to buy shampoo and conditioner. I refuse to buy any hairstyling products, any skincare, masks, you name it, because of how much I already have. So yes, I live by myself. I purchased my condo back in fall 2018. So yeah, and I have 4 cats because I'm a crazy cat lady. I blame my sister because most of them were hers, and she ended up moving. She and her ex fiance split up, and they couldn't take all their cats, and she begged me to take some, so I took some. But yeah, it's nice to live by myself. Okay, next color here, because we're here for swatching, right? Is this fun? This one is kind of a copper color, and it has gold glitter in it. This is really pretty, and it's called Fire Brick. Whoop, hello, wrong direction. That one's poof. That one's happening. So it's a very true brick color. It comes off as very reddish orange in my viewfinder, but yeah, it's like the perfect brick color. Like if you were to go to any building that's made out of brick, that's the exact color that it is. That one is really pretty too. I think I went through this copper phase where I bought all these warm coppery peach shades. Now I'm into greens. This one is a nice just taupe shade. It's called Galaxy. I think this one is a satin. Yeah, this one's actually cooler than it looks. Sorry, I don't have any light in here. I'm using my natural light. This is where I'll be filming in the future. This is my office, but I'm not quite done with it. I actually moved a lot of stuff out of the way because I have paint cans and paint rollers and plaster and tape and all this just home improvement stuff everywhere in this room. And I have no carpeting, so it's just the subflooring, and it still has staples and stuff, and there's plaster all over the floor. So I'm not done in here yet, but when I'm done in here, I'll be filming in here as well. Anywho, there's that satin shade. That's pretty. It's okay, Sophie. Not everybody's a cat person. Do you like dogs, though? Or are you just not an animal person? Because I will judge you if you're not an animal person. Just kidding. Yeah, this orange is so pretty. Isn't that fun? And it's got, like, the gold is actually staying put. The gold glitter, I mean. A lot of times you get glitter that's kind of immersed in these products, and it just falls away. And it blends away. So this one, I mean, the glitter's kind of fallen out, but it's still in place. I think with this, if I want the glitter to stay, I would probably foil it or use like a glitter glue base or something. My cats are hanging around. I have shut my office door because I have a cat who's in heat, and she is driving me insane. She's at that point where she's just hollering so loudly, and unfortunately I can't get her fixed until she's done with this whole cycle, and it's just like it comes on and off every 2 weeks, so it's like, ugh, I want to pull my hair out. I will see if I can get one to come in. Hold on, we'll be right back. Come here, kitty kitties. Which one of you? Oh, hi kitties. Okay, Sam. This is Sandy. This is the one who's in heat right now. Poor pitiful girl. Poor pitiful kitten. Oh, so tired. She's just over a year old. Ouch, don't claw me. That's not very nice. She's my cuddle kitty. Every time I pick her up, she'll start purring because she loves to cuddle. Oh, yeah, being bitten by a cat does not sound like fun. But I don't know if I'd rather be bitten or scratched. They both sound awful. But I'm sorry about Elsa. That's sad. I'm sorry. Oh. She's in her purring mode right now where she's purring at everything. I have my window open and I have a neighbor who's got a weird cough, so you might hear that in the background. It's so bizarre. Okay. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay. 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 Ouch. Get your paw out of there. Okay, let's set you down. Alright, yeah, she's getting a little out there. Oh, she's starting to holler. Okay, hand sanitizer back on because I don't want kitty cat germs in my eyeshadows. Yeah, she's so pretty. She's a very light, she was named Sandy because she's a very, obviously, sandy looking kitty. But my other cats, I have one Torby, and her name is Winnie. She's like a tabby, or like a tabby calico tuxedo, so Torby calico, whatever, Torby. And then I've got another orange tabby who is the mama cat, and then a dark tabby male. His name is Wendell. So in all, 4 cats. There's Wendell, the male, Butterscotch, but we call her Butters, who's the bright orange kitty, and she's the mama cat of 2 of the cats that I have. And then the one you met was Sandy, and she's the baby. And then there's Winnie, who will not let me pick her up. She hates to be held. She likes to be pet and scratched, but she will not let me pick her up. Ooh, that's good to know, Sophie. I've been thinking about getting a tattoo, and I have been kind of wary of getting tattooed because of the pain. So that's good to know. I'll keep that in mind. Probably take some Tylenol or something when I go in to get it. I actually have this idea that I'll get like 3 or 4 tattoos, and I'm 31 now and I still haven't gotten a tattoo. And at this point, I don't know if I will ever, just because I haven't, but I have this idea that I will, because I have a couple of designs that I want to get. One's in memoriam for my mom, who passed away 2 years ago, and then the other one is for my dad. He passed away 21 years ago, so one for each of them. Oh, well, I'll say hi to Luna. I love that name, Luna. Did you name her after the Sailor Moon kitty cat? Because if you did, you're my hero. I love Sailor Moon. Now you just need an Artemis. Okay, back to swatching. This next one is a gray one called Statue. Gray is another eyeshadow that I didn't have a lot of, and I wasn't the biggest fan of some of the MAC ones. MAC Scene is the one that I have that is okay, but I'm trying to expand my gray eyeshadows. So this is one I picked up. It's kind of a cooler toned gray. Oh, hello, right there. It might help if I actually just look at my arm while I do this. So it's very light dust. It's like a very light dusting of gray. I think this would be really pretty over a white base. And then next is this beautiful blue color called Flight. It's a matte shade. It's very creamy. Man. Aww. 6 tattoos, huh? That's a beautiful tribute to her. I kind of have that same idea with my mom. My mom loved birds. My family's native, or my mom's side of the family is Native American, so eagles have a huge symbolic meaning in our family, and every time I see a bald eagle, I think of my mom. So I think what I'm going to do is get a bald eagle tattoo with, she used to call me her warrior daughter, so like maybe a spear or arrows or something to kind of indicate this warrior presence. So, but I think birds are so beautiful, and I think they make amazing tattoos. Oh, well, thank you for joining for as long as you did, Sophie. Have an awesome day. Mwah. Okay, here's that blue. Whoop, here we go. This said it's backwards. Oh, that's pretty. I think I need to do a look with this. This is pretty full. It's like a beautiful sky blue. And got some of this blue one has a little bit of fallout. The next one I have here is called Tinsel. It's a very smoky silvery color. I'm excited. It's satin, but it's almost metallic. Here, kind of see it. Let's go right here. There we go. I have to keep remembering my light is on this side, so I have to turn this way, even though my camera or the viewfinder shows me going the opposite way. So that one's really pretty. I like that. Yeah, blues can be tough to I think bright blues like that are tough for most people. It doesn't matter if you have a cool or a warm toned skin color. You just have to have the right kind of blue, and this one's tough to pull off. I think, yeah, if you have kind of a yellow or even an olive skin tone, something like that, which is very cool, is very hard to pull off. I bought it because it's just a fun color, and I like to do like costume looks and face painting and stuff, and I haven't done any of that in a long time, but maybe one day I will. Alright, another gray that I picked up was called Pavement. This one is a darker gray, almost black. Turn to the light, turn to the light. Alright, and right there. Yeah, you can tell I have like a very specific color tone family right now that I like. So those are what I picked up in January from Makeup Designery. They're very soft. I need to do a look with these soon. But I was talking about this earlier with the eyeshadow bingo. I think that I love that idea that a lot of YouTubers are doing. So I might do that with single eyeshadows. Sorry, I'm getting a makeup wipe so I can clean this off. But I think it would be kind of fun to go in and use my singles that way. Yes, deep skin tones look very pretty with that blue. And I think super pale girls too, if they have that nice, cool, creamy skin tone. It's not something that I have currently because I've gotten a bit tan. Actually, my face is, I'm trying not to be out in the sun right now because I started using this. I actually pulled it out because I bought it the other day. It's from The Ordinary, and it's called, it's their chemical exfoliator. It's got AHA and BHA peeling solution, so it's a mask. And I did it for the first time the other day, and it's like this, it's the weirdest color. It's like, you can kind of see it's like this beet color. And you rub it all over your face, and it looks kind of like a vampire sucked your face or something. Sorry for the weird visual on that. But you put it on for 10 minutes, and then you wash it off, and I swear, this stuff is amazing. It was only $10 at Ulta, and my skin looked so radiant afterwards. But I was in the sun earlier today, and you're supposed to wear sunblock or sunscreen after you put that on because, you know, your skin's super sensitive, and I got a little red, and I have a lot of freckles right now too, so anyway. Yeah, definitely looks like blood. So when you put it on your face, it's like vampire. Okay, so going back to my sin or grace list really quickly. So Evergreen. I don't know if it's going to let me do... the software that I'm using, I don't know how to do a screenshot, or I haven't figured that out yet. Anywho, I'm just going to quickly look and see if I need evergreen, evergreen or not. I have all sorts of math homework open though. Oh, hold on, I already had it open. I'm being silly. Okay, Sydney Grace, eyeshadows and greens. Whoa, my Google Chrome went nuts here. Okay, there we go. Where did it go? Why aren't you showing up? Oh, there you are. I hate when I have multiple windows open and then they're all hidden behind each other and I have to like rearrange and move things around just to be able to find what I'm looking for. Anybody else, or is it just me? These are all shimmers. I think it was a matte. Yes. So evergreen. Okay. Whoops. I didn't mean to add. Oh well, I'll add it to the cart. Yeah, evergreen is like that perfect deep green, which is not what that other one is. So I will still order evergreen. Okay. Let's go into pinks, golds, and this fun warm toned palette. There's a lot of random stuff in here, and I have it in no particular order. So I have this one. Sadly, a lot of these are probably no longer sold. So I don't even know if this is available anymore. It's Lemon Drop from Makeup Geek, the original formula. It's like a golden yellow. Oh, that's so pretty. I have no plans to buy yellows right now, but just in case. I love Makeup Geek's eyeshadows. I can't wait to buy the Vault collection, or whatever it's called, the whole system that she's got going on. Let's see. Oh. So you're home alone. So you and the kitty cats too, huh? All right. Let's do all the yellows. This one I know is a Morphe one called Sunflower. That's a pretty yellow. I remember using this for like a really random makeup look, and it's more on the dry side. Whereas this this Makeup Geek one is really creamy. This Morphe one is a little bit more dry and chalky, but it's still really pigmented. Actually, they look really similar in my camera, but the Lemon Drop one has a sheen to it, whereas the this what is it called again? Sunflower one is 100% matte. But I really like yellow eyeshadows. That's what I've heard about Beauty Bay. I think they're supposed to be bringing them back, but hopefully they do soon. I don't know if it has anything to do with COVID or what. I hope so, because it'd be a bummer for folks in Europe not to be able to get Makeup Geek in the meantime. Here's another yellow I have. This is an old NYX one when NYX still had square eyeshadows. This one is called Mellow Yellow. It's actually still really soft. And you can see just how much I used it because it's got a huge divot there. I actually use that one more for body painting and kind of face painting stuff, costume looks. They all look the same, and I swear they're not. This one is a little bit brighter than the others, and it's also matte, but really soft. You just have to come and visit then. That's all you have to do is just come visit, and be sure you bring lots of money to go shopping with, to go to Ulta, to go to Daiso, to go to Sephora and Target and all these other places where you can get fun makeup. And then if you come visit me, or if you go visit Allie, then just place a ton of orders like ColourPop in advance and then come pick up your orders. So that works too. I don't know if you saw in my comments. I don't remember whose video it was on either. But I was saying to Allie that if we can, it would be so cool to meet up at one of those events like IMATS or Ipsy Live or Fame Expo, or I don't know so much about BeautyCon, because I haven't been to BeautyCon. It's one that I was kind of skeptical about because people said that even with the pro upgrade, you still had to wait outside for like an hour or two to get in, which is not appealing to me at all. Because if you've ever been in really hot heat, LA is hot and the sun burns really, just it burns hotter there for me. I turn into a red lobster. So yeah, and they don't offer water, or they didn't. There's a big issue with that. So I was just kind of turned off by BeautyCon. So I've never been, but I've been to multiple events other than that. And I actually met Marlena from Makeup Geek. I've met her twice. I met her several years ago. I actually won a giveaway from her website or something, where she was speaking at a blogger conference in San Francisco. And I thought, oh, well, that's a 2-hour flight for me, and flights are really cheap, so I'll enter and see if I win. I never win anything, but apparently I won that. So I went and flew down to San Francisco, and I met Marlena, and it was at iFabo. They got sold to another company, but it's called the International Fashion and Beauty Bloggers Organization. So she's speaking there, and I got to meet her. And then a couple years later, I went to Fame Expo, and she was there because her brand was doing a bunch of like they had a big like you could go shopping. I can't think vendor. They were a vendor there. So that was so cool. Of course, I've met a lot of YouTubers. There's only like 2 or 3 that I haven't met that I would absolutely love to meet. Lauren is one. Like I already mentioned that to you, Clara. And then I would love to meet, oh dear, why am I spacing out? I would love to meet Christy, which is so funny because Raw Beauty Christy actually lives pretty close by. I don't know, I have an idea of where she lives because of her vlog videos, but that would be so cool to see her in person. And then, who else? There was somebody else I wanted to, oh, Julia Graf. She lives in Switzerland. But there have been a couple of times where she's been in Vancouver, which is like an hour and a half away from me. And it's like, darn it, the time I don't go to Canada, I miss not meeting her. Okay, let's wipe those off. Oh, hey, welcome back. Just swatching these fun kind of peachy shades, yellows, more of those warm tones. Oh, here's this little one. This is an M Cosmetics version 1, when M Cosmetics was still owned by L'Oreal, and they came out with like the Life palette, and their products were just not that great. So this was an eyeshadow I'd gotten. It actually is really pretty. It's this nice gold shade. I haven't used it though, or at least I have, but I have not recently. So that's, sorry, I should have brought my studio light in here. So that's a nice kind of, hold on, I'm backwards. There we go. There we go. It's like an antique gold with kind of like a burnt mustard shade or hue to it. Oh, sorry, Clara. I have some words blocked out on my channel, so it probably didn't let you comment that until I approved it. Oh, you were? Oh, I love, yeah, I love Julia. That would be hilarious if I'm not a stalker though. Okay, I have the funniest story. So it's Judy time. You know who Judy? She lives in this area. In fact, I know exactly what city she lives in because because of her P.O. box and stuff. Anyway, I've met her a couple of times. I met her once in LA, but then they did Vlogger Fair, which is here in Seattle. And I went to Vlogger Fair and I had a VIP pass and I was standing in line. I was like, sure, I'll hang out. I'll just go say hi. And I was so awkward. I'm still embarrassed about it to this day because she goes, hey, how's it going? I'm like, good. Things are good. I'm busy. Life's busy right now. And she's like, oh, life's busy. And I'm like, oh yeah, duh, you don't remember who I am. Yeah, life's good. Thanks for chatting with me. I'm so awkward. Because, when you watch someone online, you just kind of get this familiarity with them and you're used to just knowing everything about them. And then you're like, hey, you know me. Because I'd met her before and it was just like in my mind, like, we know each other. And it's like, no, she doesn't actually know me. It was so awkward. Oh, there's a lizard in your kid's room? Ugh. Yikes. That doesn't sound pleasant. Anywho, let's go back to swatches. Oh, Makeup Geek, My Tai. Oh, I love this one. I used to wear this a lot because it's a duochrome. It's a peach with a more magenta shift to it. I don't even think it's going to pick up here because, hello, I'm using just my webcam and really bad natural lighting. But yeah, this one's really pretty. I haven't used this in a while. Actually, I think it's still good. Oops, as I just rub it in my nose. Yeah, it smells fine. And then foiled eyeshadows, because these are like my favorite formula from Makeup Geek. This one is in the Spotlight. Pow. So, quick little secret. This is like my favorite highlight color to use on my cheeks. It's a little dark, but if you sheer it out, it's the prettiest highlight ever. I don't mind like the silvery white and light pinks, but something like this that you mix in with a blush, it is super gorgeous. Oh, hi, Jordan. Yay! But yeah, this is like the most beautiful highlight color if you don't want to shine to the gods and look like you have just a streak of white on your face. Oh, really? Yeah, it's weird because when you meet someone that you greatly admire and you're like, okay, now you don't know anything about me, but I know just like everything I can about you, and how do I like relate to you where you can relate to me too? Like I am the most awkward person ever. That's my struggle in life. Oh, so here's that NYX one. This is another, so My Tai and this NYX Golden Peach are really similar. Sorry, natural light. Okay, there we go. Kind of backwards. Here, I'll do a little comparison. This one, for a long time, was what I would use for a blush and highlight. They actually, this one's a little bit more pink, but they're so similar in so many ways. But yeah, anywho. Okie dokie. Oh, here's another one. This one's called Hologram. So, when I went to Fame Expo, and met Marlena and they were a vendor there. Oh, hey, Allie. Welcome. Totally cool. Good to see you. So they had this exclusive formula at Fame, and I don't even think they ever brought this formula to their website, and it's a pressed foiled pigment. So this one's called Hologram, and it's the most amazing thing ever. It's a peach base, but it's got this lime green shift to it. I'm so sorry. I need better lighting in here. This is not going to pick up, but it's so pretty. Like, I just know I need to use this. That's not picking up. Dude, I'm sorry, but it's all good. You believe me, I'm supposing. So what's so interesting about your day, Allie? Oh, well, thanks, Clara. I'm glad Allie's here now. Okay, another, so this one is, oh, this is a ColourPop one. Come and get it. I am pretty certain they don't sell this anymore. I feel like they cycle their shadows in and out. It's so hard to find consistent colors and shades with ColourPop. I'll go back and be like, oh, I'm going to link this in my description box because this color is so pretty. Wait a second. Just kidding. Here's the closest dupe I can find. I feel like they're so inconsistent with that and I hate it. This one's a really pretty shimmery, or not shimmery. This one's a nice satin medium pink, but it's got a little bit of a gold tint shimmer to it. It's really pretty. Oh, do you? It's very pretty. It's like a universally beautiful shade. It would be pretty on just about anyone because it's got this nice glow, like gold glow. If I could talk. I can't talk today. Wow, that one shade did not want to come off. Okay, let's switch hands because my hands are all greasy with that. Here's another one. Oh, this one, Allie, you might recognize this. It's Expensive Pink from MAC. This is very similar to that ColourPop one. Although this one's a little bit more on the brown side. This is not, I don't think this arm's gonna work as well. Dark. I need to bring a light in here. Sorry, I didn't think that through. Okay, back to the let's try it off. MAC single eyeshadows without the compact are $6, I believe. And I get my pro discount, so they're $4.20 for me. Okay, next one. This one is an Urban Decay one. It's called El Dorado. Oh, it has definitely seen better days because it's not, I don't remember it being this scratchy. It's definitely not as soft as it used to be. It's probably on its way out, to be honest. Yeah, look how terribly that's swatched. This used to be like really bold. I might have to actually throw this one out. I don't want to though, but I'm going to have to. So that means I'm going to find one on Sydney Grace's website that is similar, because why not? Okay, let me do that really quick before I forget. Okay, shimmering shadows, yellows and oranges. Wait, that's all there is. That can't be it. My products. So in case you missed it, I'm doing swatches here to kind of help me rule out what shades I should not get. Because today is the last day for Sydney Grace's Christmas in July sale. So I'm placing an order for eyeshadows since they're all 25% off today. So I have, it's not quite the same kind of gold. It's a very yellow gold that I found on their site. I'm trying to see if I can find something that's similar to El Dorado, which is actually a little bit more of a muted gold. I don't know if they have any though. Actually, Mermaid. Whoops. Mermaid might be. And Mermaid's $4.50. Actually, that is a pretty good. I'm going to get Mermaid. It's going to replace my El Dorado from Urban Decay. Alrighty. As I say that as I have this one here, which is from Strobe. Oh, it used to be called Strobe, but now it's called Shroud Cosmetics. So this is Shangri-La. I love the size of their pans because this one is, just to compare them. So this one is Shroud, this one is Urban Decay. They're a little bit bigger in the pan size. Shroud is one of those really amazing indie brands that I came across a few years ago. I saw them on Instagram and loved the swatches. So I ordered a bunch of stuff and then I did a giveaway on my channel a couple years ago. And I was just like obsessed with their eyeshadows. I still am. I have a palette that I purchased about 6 months ago. I bought the whole PR kit because I was just obsessed with the color story. So the palette is Oh, for Pete's sake, I can't remember what it's called. It's like alchemy kind of palette. But anyway. Yeah, I didn't get my Mac Pro discount for quite a while because they require so many things and I just didn't have the desire to put all my stuff together for that because they require like three documents to get your pro status, plus you have to pay for it. But since they were doing this promo at IMATS this year, I had all the information that they needed for my pro membership and they waived the fee. So as long as and if I go back next year and they do this I guess every year at IMATS, I will just I'll just renew it there if I go back next year. Oh, you did? You sent me a was it on my Facebook page or was it to a personal account? Because I have one under the name Emmy, which is actually a weird nickname. I don't and it was a weird account that I don't use. If it has a butterfly picture, then that's not me. I mean, it's me, but it's not an account I use. My personal one, well, I won't say it because this is obviously public, but it's under a different name. So we can message after this chat to figure it out. But I'll keep an eye out for it. Because usually I get those, because I'm part of a lot of groups, so usually I get the messages on my phone, even if it shows that I haven't got. Oh, yep, okay, the butterfly, that would be why. Okay, that makes sense. So I won't get alerts for that because that account isn't on my phone. Cool. All right, let's go to some more shadows here. So there was this brand that, at least here in the US, I don't know if they're international, but it's called Arbonne and it's an MLM. Kind of like your Mary Kay or your Avon or whatever else. So there's this gal so I'm part of like several meetup groups here in the Seattle area, and there's one like that's meant for like women to get together and meet new other women to kind of form new friendships. And there was like this like little party thing, and I knew it was probably a lot of women selling products like, you know, your MLM products. But I was like, I'll go hang out, see who I meet, that kind of thing. And Arbonne was represented there, of course. And the gal tried so hard to get me signed up. She's like, oh, you're a makeup artist. You would do so well selling this. And I'm like, honey, no, I don't. I'm not married to one brand. I use all brands that I like. And, you know, I would love to try out the product, but I'm not, you know, wanting to sell it. But it's funny when I mention I'm a makeup artist and all of a sudden all of these girl bosses or CEOs, as they call themselves, reach out and they're like, hey, I see you're a makeup artist. You would do so well. You'd be a killer rep for us. You should sell this stuff. And I'm like, thanks, but no thanks. But anyway, I did buy some products. This is an Arbonne eyeshadow called China Rose. It's a dusty, it's like a light muted brick color, but like a dusty rose. It's like a mixed hybrid. Hold on this side. So it's really pretty. I haven't used this in a while, but the eyeshadows are good, but they're really expensive. I think this single eyeshadow, I think was like $10 or $12 without it being in a compact. So that's really expensive for an eyeshadow. They're supposed to be like really good for people too. I don't know. Like I think they're supposed to be cruelty free and vegan and not made with all this stuff. And I'm like, I care if it's made with stuff like that, but honestly, it's not going to make or break it if it's, I would prefer it to be cruelty free, but it's not going to make or break it for me if it's not vegan. Because some people have sensitivity to pigments. I don't know what brand this is. There's no name on it. Shame on me for not labeling it, but it's really pretty. It's like a copper penny color. That's pretty. That's a nice, very nice copper color. I wish I knew what it was. Okay, another Makeup Geek flamethrower. Look at that. Yeah, MLMs, it's like, They're no good. I've done sales for years. I'm good at sales when I want to be, but I really have to believe in the product or the service that I'm selling. My last corporate job, I worked in a sales team for several years, and I eventually moved out of a sales role and went into marketing because I just didn't like the sales life and chasing quotas. But even in a corporate environment, like you have to have the right personality and the right mindset, and you have to be okay with being told no a million times to get to that one yes. And it can be demoralizing, to be honest, and it's just not for me. But when it comes to MLMs, it's the whole point of an MLM is to sell other people on selling it, because that's how they make their money. They don't make the money from individuals selling the products. They make their money because people sign up for the right to sell those products, and they have to continually buy stuff. So that's really how they get them, right? It's like they don't make money from like your friend or your neighbor who buys it. I mean, sure, they make some pocket change, but they really make their money off the individuals who sign up to be sellers, because they have to buy that product and they have to stay on it. But look at Flamethrower. Makeup Geek, hands down, their eyeshadows are amazing. I was mentioning this earlier that I want to get the, was it the Vault collection or whatever it's called? Oh, no, the Matrix, excuse me, the Matrix system. I have a lot of those eyeshadows already, but if they're reformulated and any better than what they, than the ones that I have, then I'm all for it. Yep. It's like, thanks. Yeah, my face hurts now. Okay, leave me alone. I'm gonna go sit in my corner now. Okay, I think I'm done swatching these fun peaches. So I'm gonna go into blues and greens because those are those colors are the ones I have the most of in my shopping basket. And it's 3:03 Pacific time, so we've been on for an hour. So if anybody, I was planning just to be on for an hour, but I'll just keep going until people are like, hey, I'm tired of you talking, you're annoying me, you're boring. What is this one? NYX something. It's got eyeshadow all over the bottom. Punk? No, Jaded. I had to repress this one. This one fell apart. So it has a weird texture, but it's like really creamy. It's like velvet. This one is like kapow. That one's really pretty. It's like a grayish green color. That is absolutely true. Yeah, it's virtually impossible to be successful in it. Oh, no! So I just picked this up and the eyeshadow just fell into the... Okay, let's see if I can do this. Oi. Okay, I saved it. Phew! That was sad. Okay, that has me worried. I'm going to have to repress that one. But yeah, it's literally impossible to make money in an MLM unless you're at the very top. And I have a friend who got me into an MLM, and granted, I only signed up because I wanted the discounts on the products. I actually really like the jewelry. But yeah, my upline, as they'd call them, would email me, call me, text me like, hey, have you recruited anyone? I'm like, no, because I don't want to. I'm only doing this for the discount. Okay, so this one was Mermaid from NYX. I forgot I had a bunch of NYX ones. Ooh, look at that one. That one is really pretty. Man, I need to start using these singles more. Like, why don't I use these? Okay, another Makeup Geek one called Fuji. I don't even think she has this one on her site anymore. A lot of my favorite shades she kind of did away with. I'm hoping she'll bring them back. If ever I got famous here on YouTube, which probably will never happen, to be honest, the brand that I would love to do a collab with is Makeup Geek, because I love her new Matrix system. I'm all about doing, I would love to like create a small handful of special shades and then have them paired with like permanent collection items, and that way people can pick and choose what eyeshadows they want without having to buy a whole palette with colors they already own. So if ever I got to do something like that, that's what I would do. I would just have like really fun colors and then have them paired with, like, do like a quad or something with basic colors. Anyway, this one is a MAC one called New Crop. I love this green. Actually, hold on, there we go. That one is so pretty. It's like a perfect green. Actually, let me go back to my my eyeshadow list here. Sorry, I keep getting some like little dust or cat hairs in my nose, so my nose is really itchy. Okay, pressed pigment shadows, blues and greens. No, that's not it. Eye products. That one's separated in 3 ways. So evergreen. No, that's not evergreen. What was the shadow I was thinking of getting? Tempest, Commission. I don't think those are them. No. Okay, so I'm not duping this one. Cool. I have not yet tried Nabla yet. In my Ulta shopping basket, I have the Cutie Platinum palette. It's got an amazing silver shade in there that's just like super shiny metallic that I like want and I'm obsessed with. Sorry, planes flying above it. It's like the perfect time for planes to fly above my house. Middle of the day when I'm, talking to folks. Dragonfly, Makeup Geek. Oh, it's so creamy. Yes, I love green shadows. Oh, that one's so pretty. There we go. They don't look so different on here, but in person, this one has more of a blue tone, whereas New Crop is just more of that pure green color. More teal green. That would make a fun look with like these 4 here. The grayish green, this NYX one. Actually, these 2 NYX ones, and then Fuji and New Crop from MAC. So Fuji is Makeup Geek. These 4, if I wanted to do some sort of like gradient eye look with greens, that would be really pretty. My goodness, sirens going off, planes flying overhead. It's never a dull moment at my house. Oh, here's another Strobe Shroud Cosmetics Azura. I'm making a mess here. That one's really pretty. Like a nice sea blue color. Like it's a blue base, but it's got a teal kind of green shift to it. It's really, sorry, it's really hard to pick up here. Ugh. Look at my arm. Now it looks like I have a giant bruise. Just missing the purples. Must have been an accident or something. Okay. Before I move on to different palettes, like I have these ones, and then I also have ColourPop ones. Are there any that you want to see before I kind of like pack this up, or are you cool with me just kind of continuing on? Because I have more from this blue and green palette. And then I've got the ColourPop ones. I think these are all ColourPop. I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah. These random ones. Yeah, I know. Welcome to my life. City life, I tell you. And then I've got pinks and purples too. So which ones would you like to see me swatch next? Coffee time. Okay. Ooh, how about I swatch some of these ColourPop ones, because I ordered them a really long time ago, to be honest, and I don't, oh, purples? Okay, I've got some purples in the ColourPop one. I bought these a long time ago and I haven't used them yet. In fact, I don't even know if I swatched most of them. Got blue everywhere. This one's really pretty. This one's called Fault Line. It's a nice bluish blue violet. Yeah, next time I do a live, I'll have to bring my light in here so I'm not fighting the darkness. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. It's like a smoky purple, but with a blue tint to it. That's pretty. It has a nice sheen to it. This is something that I would wear on the lid with maybe just on its own on the lid and blend it up into the crease and maybe use just a little bit of gray to smoke it out a little bit. This one I remember seeing online and it was so pretty. And this one is called 143. It's this gorgeous orchid color. It's a little dry, but I think it's just the pigments that they have to use because it's not, I can tell it's vegan because the carmine would make it a little softer. This one does not have carmine in it, I'm pretty certain, because it'll stain my arm because look how bold and poppin' that is. I love a good orchid shade, and that one is just like, love. You know, I feel like there's cities like that for everyone. Maybe it's because there's so many TV shows that are based in Seattle, like Grey's Anatomy, Frasier, if you ever watched that. Yeah, I can't think of any other shows that are popular that are based in Seattle. But yeah, this one, yes, I tell you what, I need to do single eyeshadow bingo. There we go. Ooh, I also have these lilac-y shades. Oh, hi, kitty. Do you want to say hi, Butters? Do you want to say hi? Come here. The mama cat's in here. Come here. Oh, okay. Come here. This one is butterscotch. Yes, Sleepless in Seattle. Oh, she's grumpy. She's like Grumpy Cat, but she loves to be held and cuddled. Oh, she growls, but sometimes she does it because she loves to be held. I'm just kidding. Oh, you so grumpy. Why are you so grumpy? You don't want to say hi anymore? Yeah. Oh, okay. Good riddance. Grumpy. Yeah, look at that. It stains. That's the mama cat. Yeah, furry. So that's Sandy's mom. Oh, so going back to the lilac shades, I've got two of them. Howlin' and Prowlin'. One's matte and the other one is a satin or more of a shimmering. These ones are really pretty. I went through a phase where I really liked the lilacs too. Look at that. That's for a pastel shade that really pops too. And then I've got Prowlin'. Oh, this feels so nice. Sorry, I got cat hair in my mouth. Okay, I'm turning into a cat now. This one, you barely see it, but oh, that'd be so pretty. I could see this, like inner tear duct, even though it's a purple color, it would be so pretty there in that inner tear duct as a highlight shade because it's just that perfect shimmering color. Then I've got this funky one, which is called Glass Bowl. It reminds me of Club from MAC or the blue, was it the blue whatever pigment. It's basically that plummy brown shade with the teal shift. But this one's a little, like you can tell, it's got more of a mauve tone, undertone base to it versus that plummy brown. So this one's really pretty. A beep. I don't think there's a beep in my apartment or my house. I haven't heard any beeps. Of course, maybe I just tuned it out. We'll just listen to the replay. We're at about an hour and 15 minutes in, so I don't have many palettes from ColourPop. The It's My Pleasure palette, I think I remember seeing that and being like, oh, it's pretty, but I have one or two ColourPop. No, I have one ColourPop palette. To be honest, I didn't really get into ColourPop until like the last year and a half. And I placed one mega order, which had like a bunch of the Super Shock eyeshadows, the single eyeshadows, a single palette, a bunch of the eye jelly things. I forgot what they're called, but they're really pretty. Okay, so no beep on your end. Okay, yeah, it's probably you, Clara. Maybe it was your kitty just telling you to say hi to it or something. Oh, here's another really pretty one. Oh wait, you know what? I just realized. Come and get it. I have two of them. How did this happen? I have two ColourPop shadows. Yep, here it is. How did I guess this one, since I've never used it, is going in my kit because I don't want it to go to waste. I'll just put that in my kit for my clients. That's bizarre. I don't know how that happened. Oh, there's one more fun shade, and I think you'll appreciate it, Clara. Look at this. It's kind of similar to that other one I swatched before. Yep, I came and got it twice because I liked that really pretty color so much. Oh, I could only imagine trying to ship stuff to Germany. I once did a giveaway a few years ago where I sent something to Italy and it took forever for it to get to the gal, and she was really sweet about it, and I was like, sorry. It took like a month to get to her, and it was really expensive. It cost me like $40 to send her a small package. It was really expensive because of customs and all that. But this eyeshadow is called Chauffeur because it's so fancy. I don't know why they called it Chauffeur. I don't think of chauffeur when I think of an orange like this. I think of pumpkins, but maybe it's like a play on words of chauffeur, like one of the Cinderella chauffeurs or something with the pumpkin. But look at that. I'm thinking of you, Clara. Isn't that pretty? It has that beautiful sheen to it. Perfect for fall. And then I picked this up to go with it, of course. And it's just your typical, actually, no, I take that back. That's not a ColourPop. This is another Arbonne eyeshadow. It's caramel, if I want to be fancy in pronouncing it. Caramel versus caramel. All right, let's move into pinks and purples. Whoops. Okay, I already know this is probably bad at this point because it does not look appealing, but they don't have it anymore, sadly. It's the Caitlin Rose Foiled Eyeshadow from Makeup Geek. It smells, actually, maybe it was because of the, I don't know, we'll see. Does it? That swatches, kind of weird, kind of okay. I don't know. I haven't used it in a while. It doesn't seem to be performing as well as it used to, though. I need them to make that again because that was my favorite purple. And then they have Masquerade. I hate it when brands have beautiful eyeshadows and they discontinue them. And then they go bad, and then you want to buy them again and you can't because they're just gone. Yeah, it was so pretty. The reason I ordered like two of them, and I gave one away, and I wish I kept the other one. Because at the time she was doing, like, the girl it was named after has a disease, and Makeup Geek was raising funds for research or something, and I thought, hey, good excuse to buy makeup because it's going to a good cause. But here's another one that I really liked, and it was Masquerade. So it's more of a orchid fuchsia shade. But I love purples, I love greens, I love grays. Yeah, I really hope she reprises some of these shadows. With the matrix system, I guess I understand why she kind of discontinued some of them, but the newest launch that they just did takes the foiled eyeshadows out of the matrix and replaces them with matte shades that are about that same hue. So I'm hoping that means that there's other items that won't necessarily fit into the matrix that can be sold as singles. This one is another pretty one from Shroud, or at the time it was called Strobe, but it's Shroud. This one's called Unicorn Tears. Yeah, I have a lot. I have this whole Excel spreadsheet or Google spreadsheet with like all my single eyeshadows in it from MAC and Makeup Geek, and they're pretty much equal as far as how many I have because I really love the formula. Oh, Unicorn Tears. That's like the perfect lilac color. I mean, these two look so similar, but they're not. Actually, hold on. No. So the Unicorn Tears is pretty similar to Caitlin Rose, but the Caitlin Rose has more of a violet sheen, whereas the Unicorn Tears has more of a teal sheen. But it's so subtle that they might be a good dupe for each other. I don't think you'd be able to tell on the eyes. Yay, I'm not the only one. I thought I was the only one who did weird, crazy catalogs of my makeup. So that's how I do my Shop My Stash. I don't have it on. I don't have any products in here that show the stickers, but I have all of my big eyeshadow palettes, my small ones, my quads, duos, trios, cream shadows, pigments, and glitters. Yeah, all of them have stickers on them because they're all labeled and put in a Google Drive document thing. And then I go to random.org and I pick a number, and then that's how I pick my Shop My Stash makeup videos. Actually, I was inspired by Lauren's Lucky Dip because I wanted it to be random and kind of fun. That challenge of, oh, how do I make these colors work together? But at the same time, it's Shop My Stash because I'm actually using what I have. So, anywho, yeah, that's how I do. That's why I started doing it. But I can't remember her name, but there's this new gal that I started watching here on YouTube, and she has like a whole spreadsheet of like every single product she owns. And I guess she has no rhyme or reason to how things are organized in that list. And it's like she'll go to some random generator and say, generate a product, and she'll go and find that product, and she's like, okay, this is part of my project pan this month. So I thought, ooh, that'd be kind of cool to do. So I'm kind of thinking about like cataloging the rest of my makeup, but that would take me ages because just doing the eyeshadows took me like 2 days. And this is something that I love to do. It's like being organized and making lists and stuff, but that was brutal. Ooh, I'll have to look into that because I didn't know Excel could do that. I will have to look at that. I do have them in a Google spreadsheet though, so that I can access them from my phone or pretty much anywhere. Because otherwise, if they're on a local drive, then I can't access it as easily. Here's another pressed foiled pigment from Makeup Geek, and this one's called Prism. This is another one of those limited edition items. This one is so pretty. It's a white base, but it has this pink shift to it. Really nice. This one is like a beautiful highlight color too. Oh dear, it's not. You can barely see the pink. You can barely see it. Okie dokie. Let's see. Sorry, Jordan, if you're still here. I do a terrible British accent. Okay, cool. Yeah, send that to me. I'll love to take a look and see if that'll make my life easier. I haven't tried JD Glow. I keep hearing so many wonderful things about them, and oh, what's her name? Karen, I forgot her last name. Like I have a whole new list of YouTubers that I started following because I wanted to support smaller ones. And yeah, so anyway, she did a video with some JD Glow makeup, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to try that. It's what I keep hearing that they're so beautiful, and they showed to be super gorgeous. So right now I'm going to do my Sydney Grace order, and then maybe next month or maybe in the next 2 months, because this order is kind of big from Sydney Grace. Plus I just ordered the Besame stuff, and pretty much bought almost the entire collection, so my makeup funds are like, I shouldn't spend any more on makeup, but I have JD Glow high on my list. I actually have a spreadsheet for that too, of all the different, what do you call them, like indie brands that I want to try. They're all in a spreadsheet because, you know, I don't want to lose track of all the pretties. Oh, are they always sold out? Oh. I hate that. That always frustrates me. I mean, I get that they have to order small quantities because it's a really expensive thing to have to go into production and not sell things, but that's one thing with big collections like the Pure Cosmetics with Christy. I love the palette concept and I think the colors are gorgeous, but just thinking about ordering a palette and then having to sit in a queue and hopefully get it in like 2 months when they're back in stock. It's just frustrating, and I get it, but it just kind of turns me away from actually buying something, because if it's limited edition, it's really hard to get your hands on, especially with those big collabs. But yeah, I want to try some of these indie brands for sure. I just like the idea of supporting smaller businesses, especially Black-owned businesses, because they don't get a lot of attention that they deserve. Yeah, I can't imagine how customs are going to Germany. Oh, you got the Pure palette? Oh, I'm so jealous. You'll have to do swatches. Oh, shale's a nice color. Yeah, it stinks when you have to wait forever to get your products when you're just, especially as a YouTuber, if you're trying to do reviews in a timely manner, it's just impossible. Like, you have to be on PR to get things on time. Otherwise, you're reviewing things like 2 months beyond. And what's the point? Yeah, that's why I think Beauty Bay is so awesome when they start using it, or brands are actually using it, right? Oh, I want to show you this pretty pink one. I have some blue. Look at how pretty that is. This one's also from Shroud, and it's called Candy Drop. Oh, nice. Well, just a day or two away. Woohoo! I'm excited to get my Sydney Grace stuff. I ordered the most beautiful loose highlighter. It's this peachy shade. I told you I love peach for highlighters. This one is just like, oh, it's making me salivate. It's like juicy peachy cheeks. Yes. But here's that pink called Candy Drop. Look how bold that is. And it's got a really nice sheen. So it's more of like a hot pink base, but not neon, but like a magenta base with shimmering brighter magenta sheen to it. Yeah, no buys. Probably better for your wallet. I should probably go on a no buy. Honestly, I don't need any more makeup. I really do not. I am struggling as it is to get through things, and as you've seen here, I've got so many eyeshadows I've yet to use, and I buy them anyway, and then here I'm about to place another order because, hello, I'm makeup lover, aren't we all? Oh, here's another MAC one that I like. This one's cherry topped. Oh, hey, bleh, I almost said Manny. Hi, Allie. Welcome back. If you are back. I don't know if you popped out. Cherry topped from MAC. That one's also pretty. It's got more of this kind of a lighter pink sheen. I'm sure these are going to stain my arms, though. That's okay. Oh, yikes, it's late. It's 3:30 in the afternoon here, so you're several hours ahead. You're 9 hours ahead. I'll have to keep that in mind. I was trying to keep this scheduled early enough in the day where it wasn't like, 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. for you, but at the same time, like, I'm not a morning person. It's hard enough getting up. Like I have, okay, this is how much I love Jen Loves Reviews. I actually have an alarm on my phone on Sunday mornings where it's set for 7 a.m. because that's, or 7:30 a.m. I think, or 7, whatever time, because that's when she starts her live streams. My time is like 7:30 in the morning or something around there. So I'm like, okay, open it up on my phone. It's like, hello, okay, I'm listening. Okay, I'm staying awake. I don't want to do it too early. Hi! Welcome! Thanks for popping in. Just kind of having fun with some makeup swatches, and I'm about to place a Sydney Grace order. And I was just kind of digging through my single eyeshadows to see which ones I'm duping and not duping if I, buy some things. But thankfully, I don't think I'm duping much. Oh, here's another fun NYX color. I don't know why there's a hole in it. I think it was when I was depotting it. It kind of looks like a heart, but it's a hole. Hole in the heart? I don't know. Oh, that's so buttery and soft. This one's called Punk Heart. I love that name. It's like Rebel Heart. That's a very smoky plum. I'm all about smoky plums. Like my favorite eyeshadows to wear, like if on just the day-to-day for me, are like smoky plums and like a beautiful brown, like a satin brown or a satin taupe kind of shade. Oh, thank you. Welcome to my little YouTube corner in the world. It's so sweet. Thank you. Oh, yep, it's stained. My arm looks bright pink. Looks like I was out in the sun too long, but it's just the pink eyeshadow. Okay, I think I need a new makeup wipe. Alrighty, let's see. Are there any others in here that I want to swatch? Ooh, here's another Shroud Cosmetics one that I think you'll like. This one is actually blah, 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 cannot talk. So this particular eyeshadow, as you can see, is really bright and just scrumptious. This is what actually got me to place an order with what they were called Strobe originally, but now they're Shroud Cosmetics. This was part of their sweater weather collection several years ago, and it was on Instagram. Like it was a promoted Instagram or something, and they had a swatch of it, and I was just like, oh, I have to have that. And now you see why. It is so beautiful. It's like perfect for fall. My eyeball itches. Okay. It might. Sometimes I do that too, where I upload a video at different times or schedule it just to see what happens. There's like, I go to, was it Pinterest and to random websites, and they're like, you should, schedule your videos or whatever at this time because that's when you're going to get the most engagement. And whenever I've done that, it's like, that doesn't seem right because I get better engagement when I do it at random hours. I have a video that I'm supposed to upload tonight. I don't know if I'm going to get around to it because I'm back in school full time and I have a lot of homework that I have to do tonight. Oh, this red eyeshadow is called Mulled Wine from Shroud Cosmetics. I don't know if they have this shade available anymore, but yeah, Shroud Cosmetics. Mulled Wine. You want to take a screenshot? There we go. Yeah, that one, it's a very nice, like it reflects really red in camera, but in person it's more wearable. It's like a coppery burgundy shade, and it's getting everywhere. My goodness. I'm going to need to take a bath after this because I've got makeup everywhere. Yeah, that's actually the color that sold me on that brand. When I saw the swatch, I was just like, oh, I need that brand in my life. I need them. So then I placed a mega order, and then I was like, I'm going to do a giveaway with them too. So this was like a couple years ago. Oh, Makeup Geek Rebel. This one is really cool. It's a smoky lavender shade with the gold shift. That, oh, you can see it. Yeah, you can see it really well. The gold in it. I think it's because my arm is still wet when I swatched it. I love that. We'll just have someone else buy it for you so your no buy isn't broken. That's perfect. Yeah, just Venmo me the money. I'll send it to you. Might not get there for like 2 months, but you know, whatever. Maybe by then your no buy will be up. I think I'm done with the... Oh, this was one of my favorites for a really long time. It's MAC Crystal. I haven't used this in a while though. It's just a really nice, soft... Oh, I did a giveaway, mine. This was a couple years ago with Shroud. And I just did a giveaway recently, but it closed. I already sent the prize out to the winner. But I might do another giveaway in the future. I used to do a giveaway every Christmas time. I used to call it like M's Magical Favorite Things or something along those lines, something silly, where I would go out and buy like 3 or 4 of my favorite products and give away a ton of them. Yes, the Shroud ones, the Shroud singles are bigger than the MAC and Makeup Geek sizes. Whoa, hello. So here's the Shroud. Here's that red one you liked. This is a MAC one on its next to it. So just a bit more product. I think these were like $8 or something. They've changed prices and they've also changed names. So there's a ton of, like, you would just have to check out their website and see what they have available, because they're another one of those indie brands that had a lot of products that they've switched out. So I hope it's still available, but I have no guarantees of it. Oh, thank you. But yeah, they're pretty big. They're 2.5 grams of product, whereas the MAC ones in makeup, or actually the makeup grade, wait, hold on, that doesn't make sense. Interesting. Okay, so actually, you get more product in the MAC and Makeup Geek ones than you do with the strobe ones. I think it's because they're just a slightly bit, these ones are slightly thicker. So these ones are just flatter. So there's 2.5 grams in the Shroud, and then there's 3 grams in the MAC. They're just larger pan size and flatter. So really, there's not a huge, like, they're just bigger because they're flatter, not because you're getting more product. You're actually getting less product. So I'm glad I looked that up, because I was thinking, oh, it looks like a lot more product when it's really not. Okay, let's move on to another palette. The palette. Already did those. Let's do some neutrals here. Ooh, here's another Shroud. This one's called Stone Cold. It's a really nice silvery pewter gray. Look at that. As nice as that is, I know that I want the Nabla one because it's like so metallic. This one is not so much a metallic. I love metallic shades. I think they're gorgeous. Has anyone used the Illamasqua? It was like cream gunmetal or something like that. It came in a quad, and they're cream eyeshadows, but they're like these metallic shades. Even then, the silver wasn't like as metallic as that Nabla one. Yes, I love neutrals. Here's, I think this one's Urban Decay. I think it is. It doesn't have a name, like the label fell off. This one's metallic, but not as much as the Nabla one is. Yeah, I highly, highly, highly recommend the Shroud Cosmetics makeup. They're just so beautiful. I have, so with my color story videos, I'm doing the L'Oreal Peach one, or Enchanted Paradise Free Alley. I have 2 of the looks done. So I'll get that up, and then I'll do the Shroud ones next. I'm trying to remember. Hold on, let me go to Shroud Cosmetics. Oops, it might help if I actually typed correctly. Eyeshadow palettes. Oh, the Arcana palette. That's what it is. So I have the Arcana palette, which is kind of this idea of the occult. So it's got the most, you just have to go to their website. I've used it, I think once, maybe, I forget. But this one I can do a color story challenge with because these colors are so funky and beautiful. So if you go to their website, shroudcosmetics.com, and go to the Arcana palette, I can do a color story video on that if anyone's interested. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of liking the theme I have for that. So for the L'Oreal one, I'm kind of like, I did a Neapolitan look, so it's like ice cream and summer treats is kind of the names I'm going with because, you know, why not? It's summertime. So I have one more look to film because I'm only going to do 3 with it since the colors are very similar and there's not really a lot of variety. If I try to do like 5, it would just be stretching it too much. So just one more look and then I'll get that edited and up. Thanks, Benno. Welcome. Okay, so those silvers are fun. Okay, so here's one. Actually, I'll show you both of my neutrals. I don't have them organized in any particular fashion. I should probably go through them and do like warm versus, hold on, there we go. Warm versus cool. Ooh, I'll have to look that up, Clara. That sounds amazing. I mean, I would love the whole cutie palette anyway, just because all the colors are gorgeous. Does anyone here watch, oh, for Pete's sake, why am I forgetting her name? I see her face. Angelica Nyquist, I think that's how you say it. She's the Swedish gal. She does a lot of indie brand makeup, and that's where I originally saw her wearing that, or that's where I originally saw that palette swatched, and I was salivating because it's so pretty. Oh, cool. Thanks, Clara. Oh, but anyway, here are all the neutrals. Oh, they look really washed out. Ooh, there we go. So, no rhyme or reason here. My favorite MAC eyeshadow. Where is it? Where is it? No, that's not it. There it is. Anyone want to guess what my favorite MAC eyeshadow is? And it's in my neutrals. It's the most random one, but I love this color. Oh, cool. Yeah, Angelica, or Angie as she calls herself. I just recently came across her videos about a few months ago, and I fell in love because I love her colors. She kind of has replaced Julia Graff for me in that way, because Julia always did really fun, bold, colorful makeup looks, and then she just kind of fell away from doing makeup. She still does like her perfume videos, but definitely not the fun makeup anymore. So Angie's kind of replaced that need for fun, colorful makeup. But my favorite, hands down, ride or die MAC eyeshadow is Quarry. I know, it's so random. It's just this very cool almost, it kind of leans slightly purple, like a slightly plum. Who, Julia or Angie? Clara? But Quarry is like this beautiful shade. I use this a lot on clients too because it's just a nice cool tone to transition with, and I don't know, if you just want just a very light brush of color, this is really nice on the eyelids too. Yes, it is, and it's my ride or die, my hands down favorite. If they ever stopped making this, I would riot. Oh, Angie. Okay, thanks, Clara. Yeah, I haven't watched her long enough to really be able to say I know her personality really well, but So far, I like her. I'll have to go back and watch some of her old videos, but yeah. I think I came across her videos because someone else recommended her. Like I'm kind of I've fallen in love with Twitter all over again, and I'm on Twitter a lot now. So a lot of people that I watch on YouTube, I follow on Twitter, and of course, you can have more conversations with people there, which is kind of nice. So I think there was like this thread going around with favorite YouTubers who are smaller or something like that. Oh no, this one, I can't tell what this is. The name wore off. Shoot. Allie, do you think you could help me with this one? It's a MAC shadow, but the name of it wore off. It's a really short name. It's like a... Yeah, quarry is something that, like, I don't know. It's just perfect. I find it's like perfection. I can't tell what this... I hate when the labels wear off and you can't read them. Oh, Star Violet. That one's really pretty. I don't have that one. I can't tell what this is. Nylon. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I was like, I know what it actually... I have a Sharpie right here. No, nope, it's nylon. I know it's nylon. There. Nylon. It now says it in Sharpie. I love nylon too. This one's actually a newer one. That's why I was like, no, I know it's not these others because that's just bold. Yeah, nylon. Oh, Urban Decay Midnight Cowgirl. Anyone ever have this one? You know what? We're just MAC girls. That's all. I mean, I think it was, what video was it where you were talking about blushes, and I was like, Melba, that looks like Melba. I think there's just certain eyeshadows and products that you just know hands down because of every tone and like every quality about it, because it's like an old classic. And if you don't know it, then you haven't been around long enough. That's how I see it anyway. Yeah, nylon. I could just do this all day. It's like, I almost feel like there should be a light beam popping off my hand. Yeah. Oh, thanks so much for coming and hanging out and staying up late. Okay, and it sounds good. I'll chat with Allie about that, and I'll try to find I'll see if I can get into that account and get your message. All right, have a good night. Nighty night. Bye. Oh, this Midnight Cowgirl is not swatching anywhere near as well as the other one. I think I'm gonna have to find a replacement for this one too, because this one's really old. Of course, the Urban Decay eyeshadows I'm finding are just not as good as I remembered them being. They're just kind of dull, you know? I love Urban Decay. I just wish they would kind of step it up. And now kind of looking back on some of these, I'm like, were they ever that good? I don't know. Oh, this one's from, was it CAO or CAO Cosmetics? Yeah, you just kind of get used to the certain names and shades when you see people use them. So you're just like, oh, I know what that is, without having to be in the store. And even online, like the colors never match up perfectly, but you just know what they look like, and you're just like, yep, I know that color, I know that name, yep, I want that, or everybody loves that color, so I want it too. That's kind of how it worked for me with MAC, because I hadn't really used MAC since we didn't have a MAC store where I was living years ago when I first started getting into like colorful makeup. I lived near the Canadian border, and we didn't even have a Sephora at the time. We didn't have an Ulta. The only makeup we had access to were, what you could find at the drugstore, or, a department store like Macy's, or we didn't even have Nordstrom. It was just Macy's or Kohl's. Yeah. So there really wasn't a lot of selection. So I bought a lot of stuff at Macy's. So I was really into Benefit and Origins. They didn't have MAC at Macy's yet. So yeah, I was pretty limited back then. So I was like 18 or 19 way back when. I know, I was so sad about all that glitters. I bought like 2 or 3 of them when I was in LA because they still had some in stock in the store. So I was like, how many do you have? And they're like, oh, we have 4 left. I'm like, I'll take them all. I put them in my kit though. It's so sad. I hate when they discontinue such beautiful things. It's like, why? People buy them. I mean, the only justification I have to discontinuing something that is so good is if they actually found a way to make it better. But then they shouldn't rename it. They should just call it version 2 or 2.0. This one's Cow Cosmetics, or CAO. I never remember how they say this, but it's Stardust. I haven't used this in a really long time, but it's basically like a really fine, like white shade, but it's got a lot of shimmer to it. And they call this a face color, but I'm not putting this on my face because it would make me look ashy AF. But this is really pretty. It's so soft. It's like silk. Makeup and motorcycle helmets. Not, well, I think you're going to have problems with it regardless, because anything that rubs up against your makeup, cream base or liquid wise, like foundation, it's going to smear, unfortunately. There's just no real way to prevent that from happening. The best thing I can recommend is setting it with a powder, but just knowing that it also depends on her skin type. If she's got oily skin, and using like a cream foundation will definitely help it lift up and smudge more. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can kind of help with that, but there's no 100% foolproof way to prevent makeup from smudging. Like I set my foundation and I can still get makeup on my shirts and stuff. So it's kind of the not so fun part about makeup is when it gets everywhere. Oh, hold on, my kitty cat. What are you doing? My butter cat thought it would be a good idea to dig in a bag and, hey, you get out of there. Oh, another ride or die. Oops, that's not it. This one's it. I love Mocha from Makeup Geek. This one was such a perfect brown shade. So I'm really eager to try their new reformulations, because here's Cocoa Bear, which of course they've discontinued the name of because she renamed it to Cheetah Bear because it was named after her ex. So I really liked Cocoa Bear. I think it's an amazing quality eyeshadow. So if it's any better now, I can only imagine how much better it is. So proud of. Okay, where is cork? Here it is, I think. No, that's not cork. Where's my cork? Here it is. And cork, another MAC staple. I think this is the first MAC eyeshadow I ever bought was cork. Yeah, Cocoa Bear, I love that name, but she renamed it to Cheetah Bear because she said it's still named after her ex. Yeah, the shade. But here's cork. It's another one of my MAC favorites. It's like the first MAC eyeshadow I think I ever bought. And then Quarry, and then Malt, and a few others. Oh, so I just because I have it sitting here, I just thought about it. Does anyone here subscribe to Ipsy? I've been subscribed to Ipsy for years, and when they launched their Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, I was like, sure, I'll pay an additional $30 a month to get a full-size products. I used to do like unboxing videos, but I kind of feel like it's just, meh. I don't feel like anyone really watches them. But I'll quickly show you what I got because I just got this in the mail the other day. So there's this $billion brow butter pomade kit in taupe. So since I'm not buying ABH stuff right now, and I really need a new pomade that's not bright, it's not a red shade. Oh, I just approved your message, Allie, because it wasn't showing up for whatever reason. Yeah, we'll add each other on Facebook. We can message each other offline. Yeah, I love my Ipsy. I mean, some months are better than others. I think the Glam Bag Plus is worth it more than the little one. I might actually cancel the $10 one because I'm kind of getting burnt out on all the random like skincare stuff that I'm getting. I have a video that I just filmed the other day showing why. Basically, I'm a hoarder when it comes to skincare stuff. But yeah, I really love my plus version. Here, I'll show you what I got. So I got this brow butter thing, and let me open the card because they tell you how much they're worth. I mean, anyone could say how much. Actually, they don't anymore. I guess not. Just kidding. So they say that every box is worth at least $125, and they're all full-size products, which I love. So like this is the full brow thing. Let me see. This shade actually looks perfect for me because I have almost black hair, but I don't like having black brows. It looks really harsh on me. It makes me look like I'm trying to do drag or something, and I don't really like that look on myself. Just saying. I have cat hair on my nose or something. Okay. I also got like 3 masks. Mid-Flower Hyaluronic Acid Moisturizing Invisible Mask. So there's 3 of them here. They're all the same. So that'll be fun. I love skincare masks and stuff. I got a full-size Ofra highlighter. Oh, this is the Nikki Tutorials one. So I was just watching one of her videos earlier this morning, and she was talking about how she just did a collab with them, and this is Glazed Donut. Oh, so I have a thing with Ofra highlighters. They're gorgeous, but I don't really like that super high beam shine on myself. I think it's pretty, but you have to be really careful with those highlighters if you have a lot of texture, because hello, pow. It's like, but this one's really pretty. Glazed Donut. I might have to make an exception and put this on my face someday. Isn't it so pretty? Like, this came in my Ipsy bag. I paid $30, and this highlighter alone is worth $30. So I'm so excited that it's the Nikki Tutorials one, because I was just watching one of her videos today, and she was just talking about it. So I'm like, cool, it's actually the right one. And I got the full-size Tarte C Surfer Curl Volumizing Mascara. I'm not going to open this right now because I have like 5 more I need to open and use up. Oh my gosh, this is heavy. So they allow you to choose 1 makeup item per month, or one full-size product. So I chose the an El Maquillage eyeshadow thing. And holy smokes, this is heavy. Like, if I threw this, it would knock somebody out. How do you open it? Okay, hold on. I don't know how you're supposed to open this. This is random. Probably shouldn't be using my nail. Oh, this will work. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. This is kind of funky how it opens. Boop. This packaging is some serious business. Wow. It's magnetic. It's heavy. That's really nice. But here's the eyeshadow. That is pretty. Okay, let's swatch. Oh, I love foiled eyeshadows. And this is like one of my favorite browns to wear. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So I like getting these kinds of eyeshadows, even though they're like singles, and this one's huge. I will never use that whole thing. This packaging is gorgeous. I think these are like 20-something dollars each too, so they're really expensive. But getting full-size products like this is just like, huh. So between this highlighter and this eyeshadow, I'm just like, yes. I mean, I like the masks and stuff, but honestly, I don't think you need to spend like $20 on a facial mask when you can just buy, you know, a $2, $3 one at Ulta, and the Ulta brands are so good. Oh, yeah, go to Ulta. All right, thanks for hanging out, Allie. We'll see you next time, and we'll figure out the Facebook thing. Have a good night. My throat's a little hoarse right now. My voice has been talking so much. So I think as far as the eyeshadows go, I think I'm just going to not worry about what dupes I get, because a lot of these are old and I'm going to have to kind of get rid of some of them, sadly. I know for certain that I'm going to have to get rid of my Urban Decay ones because they're just so dry and old at this point. So if you have Sydney Grace and their website pulled up, I can tell you what colors I'm planning to get if you want to look them up. I'm kind of scared to put my credit card information because it's going to be a lot of money, but so worth it. That's why I bought a new Z palette. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 eyeshadows. 19 eyeshadows, excuse me. Oh my goodness. 19 eyeshadows in my shopping basket. That sounds a little too much. Although I have some that I'm planning to order because I have a makeup kit for individual clients, and then I have my business. So Makeup Brie is the name of my business. So it's like a paint and sip, but with makeup. And I just launched it this year, and it was the perfect time with COVID happening, where like people get to come, and I only allow 10 people at a time. And so people come and I teach them how to do a specific makeup look, and I provide all the makeup. So that's one of the reasons I went to IMATS and spent way more than I should have ever on makeup. But that's also why I'm also shopping around with indie brands like Sydney Grace, and I'm planning to place an order for a lot of different shadows because I'm putting it in the Makeup Brie Experience kits versus my individual kit or my own personal collection. Whew. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I have a lot of makeup. It's taken a long time to get to this point. It's at the point where if I go to Sephora or Ulta, I look and I'm like, oh, that's such a beautiful eyeshadow palette, but I'm sure I have all 50 of those shades somewhere else, and plus some. So I have a hard time justifying purchases. I talk myself out of a lot of it, except today with the 25% off Sydney Grace because I just really want to try out their brand. So. Yeah. I forgot where you're located. You're in Europe too, or I forget. My apologies. I think there's a couple. Actually, there's more than. I'm looking to see how many folks are still on here. It says there's 3 people left. I can't see who that is. Can I? Will it let me? No. Oh, you're in Florida. Oh, okay, cool. I was in Florida almost exactly a year ago today. I drove with 2 of my friends cross country from Seattle to Orlando because they were moving there. And that was an interesting road trip in the middle of the summer with no air conditioning because it went out in the car. Florida is very pretty. I can't wait to go back. I'll probably be going back in, well, who knows with COVID, but I was hoping to go back again this year because my friends basically have extended an open invitation for me to come down whenever, and I just stay with them because they've got a spare bedroom. So all I have to do is front the cost of my plane ticket. So I'll be in Florida a lot. Are you, where are you at in Florida? Mm. I'm drinking more of my coffee. Oh, cool. So my friends live in Davenport. Oh, and yeah, that does not sound like the easiest road trip with kids. My parents used to drive us back and forth from Montana to Washington, and that was one heck of a road trip. I couldn't imagine any more than that. Okay. Congrats on getting your house. That's awesome. It's definitely an interesting time to buy. I think it's a good time to buy because, especially in that area, I feel like it's just really growing. Um, so, okay. Yeah, I've been to that Target. My friends live like a mile away from that Target. That's so cool. Ah, small world. Yeah, there was the only Starbucks available in Davenport last year. They were building a new one, but like a brand new standalone Starbucks, but it wasn't done or available when we were there. And I was telling my friends like, I need my Starbucks, and let's go to Target. I need Starbucks because there are no other coffee shops. But I feel like Davenport is just one of those little tiny towns that's starting to boom. So probably a really good time to go and move or buy a house there is when it's still growing. Yeah, it definitely is a small world. It's like I feel that a lot of times when people are like, "Oh yeah, I know this place or I'm from this place," like, "Oh cool, what part are you from?" Is like the opposite side. So like I'm from Montana, and anytime I come across people who are from Montana, I mean it's a huge state, but everyone's like, "Oh, you're from Montana." I'm like, "Yeah, where are you from?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm from Bozeman or I'm from Mouse City." It's like, "Oh, you're on the opposite side, so never mind. You know nothing about where I'm from." Slow, yeah. Um, yeah, that area is so pretty though. I'm looking forward to visiting again. My friends are trying to get me to come down. I'm like, I don't want to come down right now because things are a little nuts with the COVID stuff and with how many new cases you guys have. It's like, I don't think so. I'm slightly immunocompromised, so I'm just like, I mean, Seattle, we've got a lot of cases here, but yeah. Yeah, I can imagine with Jersey. I've been to Jersey a handful of times. The last place I used to work, I used to fly out there because I had some clients there. So yeah, we would fly into Philly and then drive over and go to Mount Laurel and then to a couple of the other little towns around there, and then we drove out to Atlantic City for some of the other stuff that we had to do. But yeah, Jersey's kind of interesting. I wasn't used to all the tolls. We have toll roads here or toll lanes on our freeways, and then we have toll bridges here in Washington, but never toll roads in particular. So it threw me off to have to stop and be like, oh, throw $1 of coins in the little receptacle. Definitely a different world on the East Coast than the West Coast. Okay. See, it is a small world. Mount Laurel, I used to work in mortgages, so Mount Laurel's got a lot of mortgage companies, so I would go out there and visit with my clients. I actually took the Greyhound from New York City down to Mount Laurel and was at that Greyhound station and hung out at that Starbucks waiting for my clients to come to the office. Yeah, COVID is, yeah. Um, I have family that live in Montana, and I have had to stop all of my travel plans because my grandma's on dialysis and my grandpa's not doing so well in his own health, and I just don't want to risk getting them sick because obviously that would be no bueno. So it's been hard because I haven't seen my grandparents in almost a year now because I don't get to go in the winter times because there's just too much snow and I don't want to drive over all those passes. So it's been about a year since I've seen them, and it's sad. I want to go home and visit, but not until I know it's safe to do it. I love that the Greyhound exists because it just makes transportation so much easier. I That's one thing I love to drive, but I would never ever 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 drive anywhere near New York City. I was in Ubers multiple times when I was there, and that was a nightmare. I should have just taken the subway, but I just wasn't patient enough to try to learn where to go and how to navigate that system. So I was like, oh, Uber, my work's paying for it, so no big deal. But nope, nope, you can never pay me to drive in New York. I know this lag. I'm sorry. It's like 10 seconds or so behind. Because I see your chats pop in and then I'm responding as quickly as I can. Oh yeah, like why even drive? And parking's obscenely expensive in the cities. It's even expensive here in Seattle, but man, yeah. I So that was one thing that kind of surprised me was when the first time I went to New York City ever was when I was visiting with some clients and we're out in Atlantic City at a sales rally kind of thing, and I was leaving and I was gonna try to take a bus to like a bus or a train or something up to New York City from Atlantic City, and found out that there was no direct way to do that. I had to go all the way to Philly and then from Philly to New York. I actually had to get an Uber. I had to get an Uber to take me from Atlantic City to Philadelphia. I thought that was so absurd. It's like we're in one of the areas of the country that has the best public transportation. You can't tell me there's not. I mean, you're telling me there's no public transportation that'll take me from Atlantic City to New York City without having to do all these weird maneuvers here? Ugh, just no. Like, I complain a lot about our traffic here and a lot of our issues here in the Pacific Northwest, but yeah. Yeah, the Uber was really expensive. I think it was like $100 some odd. I mean, it wasn't as expensive as I thought it would be, but oh man. Yeah, I don't recommend it. Yeah, the casinos. Yeah, where were we? We were at Caesar's Palace, which, I've been to Vegas a couple of times. I much prefer Vegas over Atlantic City. Atlantic City, I think the best thing about it is the beach, but that's about it. It just seems so quiet and just not as happening as it was made to sound all those years ago in those glitz and glamour movies and such. Vegas, that's definitely fun. Oh, I have been on for like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and my voice is starting to go, so I think I'm gonna hop off. I don't. It's been really great chatting with you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Yeah, if there's any videos that you're interested in, like me doing or whatever, just let me know. Eyeshadow bingo probably coming up soon. All right. Thank you. You too. I'll see you next time. Bye. Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.